presented by Ninjas in Pajamas. I feel like Ultra Prime almost want to kite back a little bit more. They are happy to soak up the engage that NIP is going to throw at them, whether it's with things like this Ezreal, a little bit extra damage down, but Leaves able to pop both summoner spells and keep himself alive. The Ultra Prime bottom lane, getting off to a good start.
Summoner spell advantage and wave push going over to UP. Ezreal Braum, quite a strong level 1. And oh boy.
Joshua is going to flash forward, hitting level 2. They have to be careful though, because Nio is here. They got to burst down Leave as quick as possible. The last auto attack from Baya is going to secure first blood. But now it is Nio in the area. He flashes into the brush to make sure he gets that vision, gets the kill on Baya. The stun will land on the Joshua. The healing going to keep him alive. Nio gets himself a double kill and punishes the UP bottom side.
The red buff, the triumph, the passive. For Nio and a rinse and repeat mid. The cat still has flash. This should be a guaranteed kill.
Saber, nice job walking. Niket misses the Q, but the crash down's still going to land. Combined with that seismic shove, should be enough to take Saber down. Jinhao not really able to do anything about it as NIP claim those feats of warfare.
They can see how hard it is for...
Seem to be finding some value here. Niket making a run to the top side and forcing a flash from Zhang.
I mean, I'd love for Niket to find a spear. It's like he's a pacifist. I don't think this is exactly the plan that's expensive. I would have brought Saber up and just sacked the bot camps and bully balled this one away. Instead, they lose 2, and now NIP, they don't give a flying crap about this last one. They're going to pick it up just because they can.
Yeah,
they find a fight now, too?
Go forward. Ultra Prime playing between the lines of going aggressive and backing away, and it ends up potentially biting them. However, the True Shot Barrage lands on the solo kill. Jinhao picks up the first kill of this fight, and then flashes away as Nio does the same over the wall. Now 4
Leaves coming.
All opened up here for Ultra Prime. Leave on the way, but not going to be able to close that gap. So Ultra Prime do get a kill back, but NIP control all 3 grubs.
I thought the fight was going to miss after the equalizer from Zhang. He is flashless, and that should be the target to set up the 3-talon strike into the Talia flip.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall comes out. You notice Leave. He's been blocked out by Zhang, but Niket's going to go forward anyway. Land the knock-up onto Ezreal. He has to flash away, but look at that equalizer in a really good position. Zhang going to pick up the first kill on Niket. Leave finally arrives. Will it be in time? Going to be able to dish out some damage on Junhao, who's now going forward. The Dragon's at 1,000 HP, and it will be secured by Nio with the smite.
Zin?
Second Dragon of the game now claimed here for NIP. Leave going to go forward with the Killer Instinct. Saber in some trouble and will drop. It's a double kill over to the Kaisa, and NIP win themselves the fight.
The Sundered Sky value for the Xin Zhao there huge, as Nio had that item completed, utilized it to get that effective health pool back up, get the dragon, get the fight, in spite of a good equalizer from Zhang in that fight. Was the best team that didn't make playoffs in Split 1 here for the LPL. But they did not look that way in Split 2 until Nio came in and really turned that team around. Now is Zhang going to do his best.
Nio here, but the rest of the team's going to be able to do something onto Zhang. 3-man dive underneath the bot tier 1 is going to get themselves kill number 6.
And this is kind of what I was talking about with the Braum pick. Like this Braum-Wukong combo, I've seen a lot of teams
as I say that, they're going to be able to control this Rift Herald very easily, taking it effectively on spawn. So a big win for them in that department. They even up that objective counter. However, it will be NIP securing the first turret and giving themselves the feats of strength in response. Prime trying to generate some pressure in the mid lane. They got a wave crashing in just a little bit. Some resets are coming through though, and that means that Doinby is able to claim his top lane tier 1.
Yeah, they got tier 1 and they actually got Kai'Sa Rageblade. I think NIP wants to fight now. Doinby has an empowered TP. We'll see if he casts it. Gonna jail Rumble for one more.
Can't really do anything about it at this point. Have to try to rely on some of that scaling that we talked a little bit about in the pre-show.
I also really hate playing Braum the Talia. This is like a personal beef that I have that I think a lot of teams are sleeping on. It's really tough to interact with the rocks. It removes a lot of W angles from you as Leave gonna have to Killer Instinct out of here.
Oh, he has his flash at the cleanse. Gonna have to use both of them. Gets away from the Glacial Fissure. Fancy footwork here for the NIP bot laner, as now Nio is going to come in with a little bit of both with the Weaver's Wall as well to try to block out the rest of Ultra Prime. And in goes Niket from out of nowhere with a 3-man Magnet Storm, taking Junhao down. Xiaosha going to be the next to follow. And now the mid-tier 1 is merely an obstacle for NIP to avoid and go forward into. 2 kills for nothing off of the huge play from Niket.
Have to burn the cleanse to get out of that empowered rune prison. And Niket, love how he played with vision, saw Leave W in. I think if he communicated it a wee bit better with Doinby, it could have been a triple flick to follow. And speaking of follow, we get back out of the map. That's a solo kill by Solo Kill on the Zhang.
In a 2v1, by the way. Saber TP'd in. They try to kill the Gwen.
Okay.
And end up Uno reverse carding him. And another situation of winning top lane and bot lane, Cubby. NIP get themselves that kill up there. And they also take the Otacon.
You know, Grapes, as the astute recent college grad you are, that also clocked out of a job, you know, watching my Cubbies lose before we started this LPL broadcast. You had a very astute observation before we started off this game. It involved the schedules that we had. Do we share with the audience what we saw in our built-in schedule?
Our built-in schedule? Oh,
it had to do with start.
I'm saying you don't play enough, or maybe it doesn't matter as much as.
You know, the new patch is hitting soon. That's when I practice tool the new AD and see what she can do. As Yunara is actually quite fun in the live ladder right now. A little bit more fun to talk about these than the games we have. Of course, AL versus BLG. This is a nice appetizer for what could be a bloodbath there. Frankly, favoring AL in that one as Junhao.
Oh, nice seismic shove combo off of the engage from Niket, but there's not a lot of follow-up after that. Nayo pops the crescent guard, but solo kill coming in on the flank. That needlework's gonna do a ton if it finds the right targets, and leaves dashed in on Abaya. That's a 2-level lead, and a dead Ezreal after the fact. Gonna be a 1-0 in favor of NIP. They're gonna run straight down the mid lane to try to pick up some more, and if they don't find a kill, well, they'll surely take this tower instead.
Yeah, they've already secured the Drake, kind of secured the inner. We'll see if they move to the Baron that spawns here in 15 seconds. Could also take a red buff on the way out if they want to. As NIP, not only do they find a successful fight, I know it only leads to one, but look at the tools used versus the tools available. Flashes up on next time around we see that fight, because with no flashes available, they aren't going to be able to escape the next one, especially going up against that Rywise completed on Doinby.
And that next time might be right about now, as that Baron's been started up. You know, Sabres hit 16, Bias hit 2 items, but the rest of NIP just seemed like they're a little bit too strong. The Shoe Shot Barrage does not find a steal, and Ninjas in Pajamas have themselves a Baron. They're the one wearing purple for the next 3 minutes.
King v King matchup. Oh, Doinby.
Finding that nice 2-man engage, leave going in and taking down Zhang with the killer instinct. Another 2-0 in favor of NIP, and they're not done just yet. Trying to chase down the remaining members of Ultra Prime. Nayo's getting a little bit low, but Baye is caught out without any summoner spells. It's 2 more going down, and NIP with only Saber alive are going to try to close out this game 1.
Said that on paper we expected NIP to be the team to beat in Group Nirvana. They were bested by the actual team to beat based on what we've seen with the eye test so far in EDG yesterday. But giving Ultra Prime a taste of that same treatment they got from the top dogs in Group Nirvana as NIP looking to get back up towards the top of the standings.
Xiaosha and Saber gonna get engaged upon as NIP try to pad those KDAs a little bit, get themselves a little bit extra gold before the eventual Nexus falls. A 27-minute dominant win.
On Alistar, Jarvan, and Varus, everyone to hold people in place to hit that Echo W. It is an insanely powerful spell if you are able to connect with it. Actually, can kind of see the theory here for Echo.
Be able to help space out for their new AD carry. Again, maybe had some trouble with that, and both of our mid laners have hit level 6. Xiaosha come with the headbutt pull, but Doinby's throwing out the Arcane Storm, and Nayo in to dish out a couple of damage as well. EQ Flash will land onto the Lee Sin, and Junhao's come to party. The Saber Echo is trying to pick up the first blood, but it'll be taken down himself as Niket comes to the rescue. John coming in from the bottom lane to make sure it's a 1-for-1, and the Flag and Drag going in from Junhao to try to land a little bit more damage onto Niket. He used the Grand Entrance to get on out of there. And a chaotic skirmish around the mid lane yields.
Because Cataclysm into Echo W, that's a pretty sound way to secure a kill.
It's gonna be a fun combo to watch later on, especially if you can burn the flashes, as you mentioned, off of this Victor and the Jhin. Nayo, though, coming in to do a little bit of damage onto the bot lane here of Ultra Prime. Baya getting helped out a little bit by Xiaosha with a really nice pulverize, and it results in Niket going down with the help of Junhao. So Ultra Prime punishing the attempted gank here from
Bat, which
right, well, let's
the bait one did, the brick one does not.
Feet of bricks. What do we call the monster slaying one? There's got to be something here. Can that be combined with an emote as well?
Scion, as much as York's Q got nerfed, and that is your bread and butter ability, so that's a pretty big deal. As posturing over the red buff, this is a little scary.
No parallel convergence available. Niket's going to go forward, but he gets instantly chained down by the Chain of Corruption. And Saber claims that Feat of Warfare over for Ultra Prime. Curtain Call and Arcane Storm already used. And that means UP have an opportunity to go straight forward again. Parallel convergence is going to find Doinby. Not enough chip damage yet onto him as he's a Chrono Shift away. But overall, you're going to be very happy about that if you're Ultra Prime.
Good Echo gameplay coming out from Saber there, and you can see what happens when the winning formula for Ultra Prime in the early game. As we have seen a couple of opportunities where they've been able to get on top of NIP and deliver the damage, especially to Niket's Rakan. Doesn't feature the tankiness quite like the picks we were teasing earlier on. It could be played in the Alistar, like the likes of a Leona. I don't think it's exactly a Leona game I'd advocate for, Graves, but
Yeah,
still, Rakan and Echo is a little tricky. Making good use of that pick again for Saber and taking advantage of the cat not having as many picks in Fearless and not taking a champion that is good in Echo. Maybe not being quite as familiar with it too.
He's gonna go in for a play here onto Xiaosha as Ultra Prime. Maybe gone a little bit too far forward to take down this mid lane tier 1. Xiaosha flashing away with that unbreakable will onto him. Sure he survives, but now NIP get themselves a timer in the mid lane after they've already taken that top lane tier 1 and got a big chunk on the tier 2.
Ultra Prime, I mean, this map, it doesn't feel like the Echo into Yorick is the answer. And I think that if I'm Ultra Prime, I want to get Saber playing into the Victor. Because for me, that's how they can play out this stage of the game. Like, send Jarvan into the Victor lane and see what happens to actually take advantage of this Echo pick. You can use to blow up something like a Victor. Instead, playing into the Yorick takes a lot of time to clean up those ghouls. Sion doesn't scale quite as hard, and, well, Victor gets free time with the turret, and that thing just gets deleted by Onivia down there. As NIP have secured a nice little gold lead coming into the... All right, Ultra Prime. At Yorick, that's a level 2 Maiden.
Flash
pretty
away
healthy
initially, but the stun combined with flag and drag should be enough. It's going to be Baya getting a kill in the mid lane as well as he must have stepped too far forward. They didn't even use the Chain of Corruption. It was just probably a knock up into a Sion ulti that results in the Jhin picking up his first death of the game.
Didn't use any sums either for leave. And will be mid-outer falling. That's a bit of an unforced error from NIP as that gold lead they just had swings right back into the hands of Ultra Prime. We're going to stick around and try and knock down this mid-outer and should be able to do so in this next wave.
See if NIP have anything to say about it, but it should just be Ultra Prime getting a chance to extend their gold lead and take down their second tower. And as you mentioned, a couple more autos are going to do it. John gets the final kill credit.
Get back to the Dragon, say thank you very much. It's going to be soul point all for us, uncontested.
And now, might even caught out Niket again, who was trying to do a little bit of scout duty, able to use that grand entrance away. He picked up a summoner spell smite. He was...
I feel like those eagles were not good, but he made a lot of them.
Made a lot of them. Some hits, some misses. Is kind of how this game's been going right now for NIP. Looking for plays, not able to find all of them. As Nio on this Lee Sin, not necessarily as impactful, I should say, as maybe we were hoping for.
It's the 3 AD, obviously. It's definitely not the champ. It's...
Oh. Now we got Doinby caught out by Jong, I should say. Decimating Smash going to be flashed away from it. The Arcane Storm has come out. Let's chunk down Jong to a decent amount of HP. Deadly Flourish not going to connect though, so NIP just doing enough to regain control of their own jungle.
Jong feels like it's rang true. As the Sion ultimate pretty much just been a dinner bell.
Ooh.
They don't know they're spotted.
Finding that blind spell right there. Nio going for the flash play, but Baya with a nicely timed flash of his own. He's going to make sure the insect does not connect it. Instead, it'll be Nio going down. Knockup lands on Olive as well. It's going to be a slaughter in the mid lane in favor of Ultra Prime. 4 members of NIP are down as Ultra Prime now have the opportunity to push down the mid lane and then even go for the Baron afterwards.
I don't think we won because of the Echo, but the fact that Echo, I believe the first competitive lock-in of Echo we've had since 2022. What I saw from Elk Battery. It's going to find a win here in the LPL. Again, I kind of like the angle for it. Can definitely actually push and pressure Victor a little bit. And while we didn't see it in the 1v1, we did see it hold true in the 5v5. Ultra Prime going to push it to a game 3 here, Grapes.
It's 5 seconds on Nio. They're just going to end the game. Baron not even necessary in just the same amount of time as game number 1 was won by NIP. Ultra Prime bounce right back and are going to send ourselves...
Called out Smolder. No Green Tree, no Fleet, and no TP. It might just be an early exit to dodge out on the early laning prowess of the Lucian.
Reset. Here goes Saber, though. The Valkyrie's massive, and he's able to get one back to him. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of UP as they can go right back to the grubs and finish him off.
So, we talked about how we might have liked the Smolder with his big front line to fire off the Qs later on.
Attack is going to seal the deal. Jungler for Ninjas in Pajamas goes down as Junhao is running the Rift.
Spent a lot of time talking about Nio, how we felt like it was an upgrade for NIP coming in, but Junhao, his Nidalee, a pick to be feared that we have seen earlier on in this LPL year. putting it to damn good use here against Nayo. I think Junhao has been the strongest performer all year for Ultra Prime and has looked good today. As, man, Ultra Prime, again, really looking to threaten a series win here against NIP Grapes. Solo kills and best sack of gold for enemy teams. It was minimal in between, and Solo Kill did come in, was able to provide a spark. It was quite nice for NIP in their split too, but yeah, I think you said it best, Grapes. Zhang's gotten the best of him today, and that's it has been Zhang. I know coming in the start of the year, Kelsey was pretty impressed by his play in LCP. Molecule pretty hyped about this player as well, and we just haven't seen that Zhang emerge in LPL. Hasn't given us a lot of reason to be excited.
And it's always difficult to see, you know.
To the point, pretty easy to understand. Maybe take that one home for you.
It's another LS like terminology thing.
I don't know if that's LS, but you know, maybe I'm just trying to be LS. I mean, I think terminology in the game, it's useful for me when it provides more clarity.
Yeah. And
isn't unnecessary for me because of how quick and snappy this is, and that teams sometimes use it to respond. I think it is really helpful. Yeah.
No, it really gets you the amount of information. Like, that's the number of waves you need to like put it back to neutral, right? Like, and that's
exactly
the amount of time that you have on the map. 30 seconds or so
+1
per wave that comes in. Like, that's kind of what you're dealing with by having certain, you know, waves in certain positions, which of course is very important at this point in the game specifically when there are major objectives.
Being able to maybe get a Q or two more off behind. So I'm with you, Grapes. I think it's actually a pretty good draw for NIP. Play for bot outer.
Threat. Leave did just hit his power spike. That's 225 stacks. And this
that's early.
So we are at a position now where this Smolder really can come to party.
For me, they got Leave's flash. I think it's worth.
Like mega brain, like I think it was an accident.
It might have been, but the Smolder is now flashless, Grapes, and we take those. This is what we call playing athletically on the Rift. All right. Sometimes you just have to enter the flow state and make the athletic plays. It's good and bad. But at least we have the super blast cones to make sure that, you know, the athletes are able to do even crazier things on Summoner's Rift.
Is that athletic? That feels like a...
Italy, Lucian, Corki threat of melting this one down. Very real for NIP. That said, I do like the game state where they're able to play in the side lanes and stretch the map a little bit, because I think funneling resources into something like a Corki can be very useful later on, as he's going to completely overtake the Galio in scaling. Frankly, it's already happened, but again, Corki scales insanely hard throughout a game.
Saber, very powerful. He's going to have to be like the major carry for Ultra Prime.
Yes.
They want to have any chance of winning this game and then winning this series.
He went with the map build, so it's a bit of a bummer early on. I'm still a Trinity Force Corki enjoyer.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh, Leaves flashless.
Durability. You got.
He didn't walk out
that
right.
Flash. He's gonna get all outed there by Zhang. Nice teleport play. Seeing him on full vision means that now Ultra Prime can absolutely start this Baron up.
That brother's just got to walk towards his mid-inner turret. Instead, he goes for the top inner one. Great TP by Zhang, who continues to be a standout for Ultra Prime in this series, and that's Baron secured.
And so it was NIP starting to claw back into this one, Covey. Back in favor of our underdogs. Ultra Prime trying to win their first series of is going to be the most important thing, and right now we are seeing that from a player like Zhang. However, now NIP in a bit of a tough spot as Ultra Prime kind of having the experience advantages on top of everything else. And the scaling for NIP, you know, they have the Smolder, but other than that,
gotta get
Ultra Prime
resets.
Controlling everything at this point.
Yeah, I mean, scaling, Smolder scaling is one thing, getting Viego resets is another. Their fight, I think, still entirely relies on Viego landing the resets. Something that, to be fair, Smolder can set up and their comp can do. So I think that, again, NIP's comp grouped up as 5. They have Team Fear, and yoinks away that blue buff. That's Oprah to everyone in the team. So free blue buff for everyone. Shout out to Junhao.
Ultra Prime right now looking to continue the push even though Baron buff has just now expired. Doinby trying to defend on his own. Now is joined by Nayo. Actually going to go in onto Baya. He's just going to get solar flared and taken out by Junhao. An over-aggressive play by the captain of Ninjas in Pajamas as he just underestimated the damage that squad could put down on him.
Xiaoxia came from Fog too, so definitely was trying to engage that one with knowledge of the Leona potentially not being there and able to one-shot him. But yeah, overforced, overplayed by Doinby, and the siege will continue now. Smolder can't defend this one. Xiaoxia going to threaten a Hex Flash over the wall. Doesn't take it, but that creates enough space to make sure that the top inner turret does indeed fall. Resets coming out for Ultra Prime, and NIP looking for ways to break this. Seems like they're starting to run out of answers.
Also keeps you tanky.
Yeah. Serpent's Fang, probably not.
Wait, NIP gonna go for the engage. They found Baya, shutting him down. Nayo jumping forward with the Heartbreaker, and now Ultra Prime are in a whole load of trouble. Xiaoxia will fall as Juno uses the blast gun to try to escape, but now Leave is here, landing that bomb onto him, sending him with half HP. 2-0. The bot lane for Ultra Prime find themselves overstepped.
Beautiful public execution from Solo Kill, connects on the Lucian, and if Lucian gets caught like that with Flash and Culling available, wasn't able to use up to you. Can be tricky, and the items late for Lucian is better on him, given he's a raw auto attacker. That's oh my god, he found Saber.
This time it's on the Saber, the Corki, gonna get taken down. No. The flash over the wall from both of them. Juno goes golden, and NIP have found back-to-back engages off the back of their top laner. Solo Kill finding yet another opportunity. That's gonna be a Baron for Ninjas in Pajamas.
This is not the manner of which I wanted to see Ultra Prime. One of your two marksmen missing. That's not a winning formula.
No, absolutely not. First it was Baya, now it is Saber. He's still dead for another 10 seconds, by the way. That's going to be in at least...
Take Dragon on the exit. Given that Soul's on the table, take that one away from Ultra Prime. Right call from NIP. Removes one of the win cons for Soul. Regardless of what Soul spawns, a Soul is still a Soul. Grapes make you a lot stronger on the Rift, so... Dragon will be picked up. A little bit of insurance policy there. And Ultra Prime, I just want to see a setup where, again, Corki Leona, or Leona Cassante standing in front of the Corki Lucian, I think is what we're looking for. We don't want to see this Corki Lucian get caught. Public execution correspond you in the back, but...
Play a little safer this time around. If you're Saber or your
better setup.
Again, just... They are the difference maker. I mean, specifically Saber. Him getting caught out there was just
range that Leave has with the stacks that he has, now at 450 stacks. And this is pretty significant damage in range. Lucian Corki cannot approach the wave. Tower falls, and Baye eats 2 Qs and drops to below half HP.
Ask Conan, get himself out. That's a big cooldown. No longer available for Ninjas in Pajamas. So Ultra Prime might feel inclined to start this one up.
Public execution was the ability that warped the last couple of fights the most from Solo Kill. And he's not going to get this one back for the Baron Skirmish.
Jumping forward a little bit, but he gets instantly punished. Look at the burn damage that's going on top of him right now. Gonna have to be that E-shield to try to save, and the mob comes out by is at 300 HP. He barely got to do anything in this fight. He's already got to head back to base. Or might not even get a chance to, though. The solar flare comes out from Xiaoxia. Niket looking to try to chase him down. Flash forward on to Xiaoxia. Here's the hero's entrance. That will be the Leona falling. And that means NIP can now retreat back to the Baron themselves.
Does Junhao go snipe the Soul? I think this just ends up being the answer. I think they're going to snipe away the Soul. There's a TP coming in to maybe try and deny it.
It'll be very hard for Solo Kill to do this on their own. So now NIP's choice is to just secure the Baron at the hands of the Soul. You normally don't like this trade, Cubby, but you might have to do it at this point. Unless
I think
Solo
they win
Kill
the game
can do anything about it. He jumps into the Dragon Pit. Public execution is flashed away from Saber. They're still going to go down regardless. Here comes that Keeper's Verdict. It's going to be Juno securing the Soul, but it comes at the cost of their mid laner, as the Baron's also picked up for NIP.
These fireballs are hitting damn hard, in Ultra Prime put on the back foot ever since Leave hit that 225 mark. He's at 555 now. And looking at this game.
40 minutes into this one. Saber's down for another 30 seconds, but the health bar is not necessarily on Ninjas in Pajamas' side. Baya jumps forward with the culling, sending Doinby to 25% HP. And somehow in a 4v5, despite 500...
And he just sold his boots. He sold his boots for a GA.
Oh, man.
Okay.
2 Qs are going to kill him, so you might as well try to get an extra life, I suppose.
He's got no movement speed now. If they can find him, they could space him really hard.
Jong even doing some damage or taking some damage, I should say, as now Baya is going forward on the Doinby. He hits the flash away. Baya nearly taking him down. He does. Doinby will fall, but now it's Saber getting targeted on the backside of things. NIP get caught.
NIP still has a really nice pocket. They're not spotted here.
Junhao, though, he gets targeted. Public execution from Solo Kill will find its mark again. And Lee picks up kill number 6 for him on the day. Mom coming in on Abaya. Not enough to chunk him enough to secure that Guardian Angel being taken down, but NIP are going to be happy enough about it. Cannon Minion, not enough to make sure that Tier 2 tower dies just yet, but NIP will hover around it to make sure that this objective does go down.
Pay that Cannon Minion, aggressive TP. This could be punished if Doinby gets here in time if they want to.
Jong joining the fray. We've eclipsed the 45-minute mark of this game at number 3. 10 seconds on this Elder. Ultra Prime know that they have to go for it. If Nayo and Niketa decently chunked HP bars, this might be a decent opportunity for them at this point. But as long as Leave is alive, as long as Leave is able to fire abilities, it is going to be a tough time for Ultra Prime to go forward. Solo Kill is found Baya again, but this time he will escape a little bit with the dash. Solo Kill dashing him forward onto him, but Baya does a lot of damage. He's able to get one back, and the Guardian Angel has been procced, but Ultra Prime will not be able to rejoin his AD carry. It'll be Leave picking up another, and they'll make their way towards the Elder in a 4v4.
It's really bad conditions for Xiaoxia. Even, I mean, that Nidalee heal was actually just huge for Leona. But I think the important thing, Leave has both summoner spells available. And we've seen what these smaller Qs can do.
Mom's up in 5. That ultimate ability will once again be at his disposal. Going to be with the Justice Punch, not finding anything. Xiaoxia very chunked at this point. The Mom not finding a whole lot, as neither team really wants to flip this Elder. So they're letting it hit. And right now, that's an advantage of Ultra Prime. Nayo in the mist, looking to maybe find a stun, find some sort of engage. Leave at the flash over the wall. He finds it. He gets a perfect bait, and Saber will go down. Doinby pops his on his Hourglass. Jong and Junhao still in the pit. It's a double kill picked up for Leave. They'll go for Jong as well. Junhao has to try to find a miracle. They do take down Leave, but the rest of NIP are still alive. It's Jong against 3 members, with Baya not spawning for another 10 seconds. But they have to be careful around the Cassante. Nayo's still alive, though, and that's all they need. Ninjas in pajamas will secure themselves the Elder Drake.
That was a great find by Naket to lock down the Corki. Elder will be secured. The double TPs come back. Zhang's going to get hunted. Public execution is available.
Now, the only thing, their big carry Leave, with 641 smolder stacks, not available for this potential game-ending push. However,
25 seconds on Saber
is now in Ninjas in Pajamas' hands. Saber and Junhao still down. It's going to be Jong and Baya to try to defend things. The Keeper's Verdict sends them back to their fountain, and then NIP will start the assault on the Nexus turrets. The first 2 have been taken down. The Nexus is now exposed. Xiaoxia has respawned, but it will be far too late, as NIP will win. Game has really risen in priority in the week that BLG and AL have actually been gone from the LPL.
All right, early game, I really love what we have here from Anyone's Legend.
Whoa! Oh! Hold on! Hold the gyros! There's a flash! Bin had to flash away! What is happening? Tarzan flashes too! Oh my god, he's gonna bramble smash over the wall!
He's dead!
Bin's gonna die before the gyros even finish off! Don't stop cheering! It's AL picking up first blood! But now Bin's in the zombie form, and the rest of BLG are trying to collapse Shadowlands a chomp, but that's all he's gonna get.
The bottom side jungle makes it tough for Tarzan to contest for his camp, so he'll only lose out on his red.
Crash down land. It's a big dock as well onto On. Ignite's ticking. On the flash away sooner. He'll just go down. Using that summoner spell to his advantage. Hope's gonna have to pop the barrier. Second proc of the W lands onto Elk, but he's got his lethal tempo, both in terms of his individual gameplay, but also his leadership value, as you mentioned. Beishwan maybe not necessarily have teleport if they want to join the fray. For Flandre just getting close to that level 11. Not there just yet, just staying 10, I should say. As On's going to go in with 2-man pulled and start the fight in earnest before the teleports do arrive. It's going to be Flandre here first, has that equalizer available. It's a good position to use it, but going to hold it for now as Tarzan smites it away. There's the engage. Kyle with a Magnet Storm wombo combo. That's 3 members of Billy already down. And it's going to be Knight and Elk to try to save this team fight for them. Emperor's Divide does enough, but Flandre still here. He burns down, but Knight's going to be able to pick up 1 kill back. But he will go down in a trade. 5-1 overall for AL.
This game was so quiet for the first 10 minutes, aside from that level 1, and it immediately breaks open on a second. Spent their gold and properly punish BLG for trying to go for this dragon now. Going for a second play at this, I do like this coming in from BLG.
Tarzan has Smite, should be able to secure this one with Data really not in the area. The question is, can BLG win the fight in response? They have a teleport coming in from Knight, and Tarzan's already very low, but they've taken down On. Elk being targeted a little bit, but it will eventually be 3 members down. And now Shanks has teleported perhaps to his doom. Now uses the spell shield to get away from that second kill. He'll eventually go down, and now it's going to be the pillar to try to slow things down as Knight will chase down Shanks and eventually secure the kill.
And this is a fantastic spot here for BLG, because while they lose out, immediately moving, Flandre will have teleport in about 15 seconds, but Bin doesn't even want to use this. He wants to be here first. Maybe they make a pick on the Kyle.
Yeah, he's going to have that unstoppable onslaught, and they landed on top of him.
Can't
Blast
do it.
Cone, though, is going to cancel the knockup, and Kyle's going to live for a little bit longer. The health bars on Elk is already very much in a bad spot, but Kyle going to go in for one more last-ditch effort as he never was able to find an escape. And now Knight's going to dash forward the shifting stance, not finding the shuffle, though, onto Tarzan, and AL still wants the smoke. 2-man Fate Seal's going to come through from Shanks, but not enough damage just yet until the equalizer comes through from Flandre. Knight is down! So it is a 1-for-1, and you'll take the mid lane for support trade any day of the week, especially with that Rift Herald. Now BLG can get the first hands on this dragon.
Yeah, they just couldn't enter into the river fast enough. You can see that On was already in position. Elk right now trying to hold this mid lane tier 1, and while AL are trading for this dragon, they're going to get 2 turrets across the map right here. This is a massive influx of gold that they're willing to trade for an early game advantage, and that might just mean that Shanks gets his second item a little bit quicker. That might mean that Hope gets his Muramana
It's
that
one
much.
or the other. Looks like it might just be both. As this tier 1 tower will be taken down by Flandre very easily.
I love being technically correct. I was like, they'll lose 2 turrets. Did I say whether it was going to be the mid-tier? Another play, no wards.
Wow.
One finally spotted out On, channeling the teleport so they can get back onto the map, but there is no vision here from BLG and no chance for them to be able to get this in time for the Otacon.
No ultis available for On or Elk.
Oh,
Magnustorm
Flandre!
still available here. Look at the equalizer. Knight and Elk are just burning, and now the Otacon has been secured. Flandre has his flash to continue the chase, but they're just going to let BLG escape with a warning. You get closer to Flandre, you're going to be tasting a whole lot more flames. As Shanks is going to dash forward and actually cancel some of these resets as well.
Oh, all right. Well, Elk, somehow he loses flash in that fight, so Otacon given over to BLG. Right into this choke. Elk is like, oh god, I gotta get away from this. We're getting right back to live.
Another teleport's going to come in. It's Shanks looking to join the fray, but it's going to be immediately responded to by BLG. Elk takes the shutdown, and now it's a numbers advantage here for Billy Gaming with the dragon spawning in 5.
Flandre also lost his flash before the dragon, and this could be their sole point.
The equalizer is still up, so is the Magnustorm from Kyle if they want to try to fight this in a 5v4. But I think they're
gonna give it up.
Know better than it. And BLG going to claim themselves.
Coming for anyone's legend as this game goes on. It's only 24 minutes, but Sivir is in such a good spot here. Finished the call at the same time, so in terms of value or an economy, he's going to be very
for the rest of the team, and that gains AL full control around the area.
They need to start up this Baron immediately. Someone needs to be able to teleport Bin, Knight, both of these guys, both at full HP, but Elk with no mana or no health at this point. Kyle's over the wall trying to stop them. Can they get into this pit?
Shadow has no flash. That's a big gap closer that could be necessary to try to secure a steal, but instead it's anyone's legends backing away for now. Still a 5v5 that has been opened up. Flandre, though, crucially without that equalizer. We've seen how impactful that has been in these 5v5s, so it looks like AL are just using it as a bait and will not actually go for the full flip.
I mean, without the Maokai ultimate, it seems like they're going to just try and do this again. You can see that Tarzan, 8 seconds before that Nature's Grass continues to be back up. And with Elk having his flash up and available, BLG are going to be in a very good position here. AL, this is incredibly risky.
Started it up again. Teleport's already come in from Knight, dishing out some chunk damage. His hope's down to 60%. Elk's done a nice job of regenerating himself. He will be at full HP upon a potential team fight as the Baron was taken to half and then reset once again, but On's going to go forward with that flash headbutt pull. see Bin not be able to find anything with the Unstoppable Onslaught, though the Nature's Grasp finds a whole lot of value. Bin has to flash away. Kyle going for the Magnet Storm. Hope valking forward, but he goes into 2 members. He's going to be in a lot of trouble, but look at the equalizer that's now been able to go in, and Flandra's absolutely cooking. Billy Gaming. It's a triple kill for the Rumble, and only Elk will survive.
Oh my god, Elk barely gets out of that. That could have been an ace. And AL have been teasing this Baron so many times.
Landed on top of him. And crucially, the pillar from Shadow meant that Bin's Unstoppable Onslaught was not able to land on the Hope. He got turned the wrong way, ended up crashing into the wall. That spell did not end up becoming impactful. This time it does, though, as it lands a knockup on the Flandra. Kyle forcing the crash down to back away, but Bin is just getting instantly deleted. That's the tank Scion getting one shot by Hope, and the equalizer's burning down on. It's another 2-for-0 for anyone's legend.
This game's looking shocked at this point. The solo laners of AL really stepping up, bringing this team over the finish line.
The veteran who's won a world championship in the top lane, and then the new kid who never really been on a top performing international team. Games in a row, a couple series in a row, where Shanks actually had the better against Knight. He's been one of the best players in the LPL all season long. Now anyone's legend with that second dragon are looking for another fight. On does not have his unbreakable will, and so his will be shattered by Tarzan, who picks up another.
Mid-wave, there's even a top lane wave. AL are starting to suffocate BLG out of this game with a 7,000 gold lead at this point. Continuing to move on, they've got 50 seconds with this Baron. They get one more minion wave to try to assault this inhibitor.
Storm on a Shadow. Not even able to use the subjugate, finally able to get the spell off. However, Flandra now being targeted. Elk almost lands the damage, gets it onto Kyle, but Flandra goes golden at the perfect opportunity. He's trying to burn him down, but no! It's 1,100 gold in the back pocket of the Sivir, and BLG have found an overextended anyone's legends. It's Hope and Shank still alive, still pumping out the deeps, but Knight's starting to scale as well. Dodges away from the big one as Bin is going to go down, but he uses the blast cone to try to get over the wall in the zombie form. Not going to be able to chase anyone down just yet, as it is overall a 3-for-1 in favor of BLG.
Jesus Christ, AL, they own a combo. They want to try to burn this out. The Baron's already almost half HP.
And they know they want to do it quick because the dragon would be Soul. Shadow gets knocked up. Shanks just assassinates his enemy jungler, and he ends up going down, and the snapback is not in time. So Elk's able to make it a 1-for-1, but you will take that if you're AL, because that means Baron's in your hands. And you still have to smite, by the way, for the dragon that would secure the soul for BLG.
And another dragon.
You will absolutely take that if you're Shanks. Maybe you wanted to press that E.
Every single corner that they try to check for, they go for that mid lane turret, and we've seen this repetitive one, but even steal a red buff away from their opponents, and now sieging onto this bottom side. Let's see if they can use this range.
Nature's Grasp on the Gonna find a really nice engage. Hope's already down to 40% HP, but Kyle finding a 2-man Magnet Storm. Forces Knight to go gold, and he has to flash on out, but here comes Shanks onto the backline dive. Elk's already down. Knight's already down. BLG are down for the count. It is all 5 members in the death chamber, as anyone's legends are 5 strong to take game number 1.
That Maokai ultimate over the wall, and even with On finding multiple members, or at least the carries of anyone's legend, Knight not able to get that ultimate away from the Azir, and that's anyone's legend smashing game number 1 in 37 minutes against BA. I can kind of see 1 to 2, 3 lanes of priority here for Tarzan to work with.
Yeah, great matchup into the Gwen specifically. That's why Flandre was picking that away from him. And he's going to either try his best to clear this out, or actually be put in a bad spot with Shadow arriving at just the perfect moment. One more auto attack will do it. It's going to be Shadow, the new jungler from BLG, picking up first blood.
And look at this.
Tarzan even come in to help bail you out a little bit. Let's see if they try to extend off to Bin, who's going to get flashed on here. It's going to be a nice return trade as Tarzan, with the Wind Becomes Lightning, gets himself on the board.
Okay, what else can we get from this? A little bit more caution.
Yeah, remember that flash not on cooldown, or sorry, on cooldown for a bit less than a minute, but that minute can be all too crucial as On comes in with the quickness, lands that grand entrance as well. 0 chance for escape for Flandre unless he's able to jump underneath this turret, but the snip comes in from Bin. There'll be 2 flashes for none, but that one is going to go in favor of Flandre going down.
Show it here, but if you look at the minimap, it is all blue wards lighting up this river. It's 3 minutes before the dragon, and really what BLG are doing is just trying to trap AL, see if anybody's going to step out of position.
I mean, maybe they do right here. Shanks not going to find a taunt onto anybody, but now it might be Shadow out of position. Kyle with the two-man pop blossom, and the hero's entrance in from Shanks will take Shadow down. Now Elk, he flashes, not in the right position right now. Both of those summoner spells are out of the fight, and Tarzan's going to be able to get himself out to safety as well. But here comes Bin. He gets one more with the needlework, and curtain call has been opened up. It's Hope looking for that fourth shot on the Knight, and he crits him down. Bin and On now on the run, but not for long as Flanger will claim another. Anyone's Legends dominate the fighter on the Drake pit. Cooldown, a weird bug there, but regardless, it's going to be Billy trying to burst this one down. Anyone's Legends not in a position to take it just yet, unless Tarzan just walks in the pit. No, it's Elk to secure it. The Crescent Guard comes out, but On is immediately the target. Tarzan, though, gets shut down, but the hero's entrance comes through and it knocks up two. But already BLG in a good position as they win this fight for now. Hope with a deadly flourish to try to get something more, but Shanks is just 1v9ing in the Rift Herald pit. He's able to take one down with him, but overall BLG
but I could save Private On. So a forced fight, I think, coming in from BLG, recognizing the fact that they just got that summoner spell, or that ultimate from the support.
Another deadly flourish landed onto On, chunked him down to half. And the Dragon, second one of the game, secured by Anyone's Legends. It's a mountain, so it'll be an Ocean Soul across the Rift, and AL in good position to claim that one as Tarzan's going right back in onto On. Has his flash available. The Conqueror's already been procced. There's the Crescent Guard. Kyle going in for the Pop Blossom, going now onto Shadow. They changed their target selection perfectly. Well, on the other side of things, it's Flaunter getting soloed by Bin.
How much more can Bin actually get?
Will likely go down without having a lot of mana or that flash, but does find it worth it as he picked up a solo kill. And that's your one turn. Maybe another one onto Hope. The barrier enough to keep himself healthy enough. And Hope will get himself back on the board as now the mid-lane fight opened up. Shanks almost taking out Elk by himself. Tarzan that dashes in, but he gets canceled on finishing off that audacious charge. 3 talent strike lands onto On. The damage is big, but not enough to take anybody down.
That's really tight though. From
balanced all throughout.
Yeah, be careful. They're gonna start calling us BLG fans that were defending them so much in this game.
What? Gold is 1,000 gold. Come on.
I can already feel it, man. The back of my head, I can feel random Twitch chatter 59. These guys keep talking about BLG winning this game. Can they shut the... So, we'll see. We'll see. AL again.
Hey,
I like...
maybe a caster curse here on the Knights. There we go. Nice job, Elk. You did it. Tarzan gets the
man.
kill.
Pendissimo, man. I'm getting an AL jersey in my mailbox in a couple days anyway. It's fine, guys. Well, with Shanks grabbing a top lane turret there, maybe there's a mid lane turret next up here for AL as well. There's a teleport behind. They want to try to squeeze. Can BLG punish?
Teleports in from Bin. Tarzan is at about half HP, but the hero's entrance is going to protect him for now. Pop Blossom, though, it lands on the Elk. Not even able to use the Feather Storm or his barrier before he gets taken down.
Shadow?
And now Shadow's the target. The 4th shot not going to finish the job. But AL get exactly what they want.
BLG
they get the
just overlooking, trying to really get anything from nothing.
And now they're just going to be able to probably secure this soul point. Unless there's some sort of miracle steal. Nope, secured by Tarzan. Ocean soul point now for your defending LPL champion. Soul counting down.
Here we go.
Maybe they just think they have to start this objective off. On pop the Ghost to try to zone Flanger away, but Tarzan is going to be made aware of this rather quick. But look at the Otacon, it's burning very low. Tarzan has to get in there very fast, but he's going to get knocked up and not be able to secure the steal. So it's Otacon picked up for Billy Gaming as they back out Scott.
Now. He's getting very close to level 16 on this Gwen.
And when he gets there, I mean, then the fights really start to turn around a little bit. Once Knight maybe gets another item, once Elk hits that, I guess that needlework and his flash available, but not level 16. Oh, what? A job from Kyle there to try to cancel some of those initial engagements, but now he gets collapsed upon. Not even going to be able to pop the Pop Blossom as it's On to pick up the shutdown. Weaver's Wall separating the fight out, but Tarzan's going to try to collapse in onto On. But it is BLG finding a comeback. Bin with the needlework, chunking out Flandra, but Tarzan and Flandra still alive, but not for long. Him and Shanks have to do the work, but the seismic shove connects. Shanks, though, with a 3-man taunt, going to try to find something, but BLG at a knife edge get themselves the ace.
Wow, and that started with what looked like a heartbreaking tangle barbs from Kyle. The snap engage right onto this Nico. They kill him. They take the dragon. Oh, wow. There's no grand entrance. That's perfect. And this is fine.
Look at Knight.
Right around the corner into this engage, and even the Galliard. This
finals, you count MSI, and now counting this series as well. They don't want to make it a 6 just yet.
So no teleport, we're fighting over nothing seemingly.
Tarzan getting very low, but there's a 4-man pop blossom. Elk forced up off the Featherstorm early, but On will go down first. It's a trade, jungler for Kyle, I should say. On still alive. But that's a 1-for-1 that overall is not the worst case scenario for
and a
AL.
Weaver's Wall to stop him. That's cute. I like that Knight. Very cheeky. But with this Baron, look what else they're able to grab. This is a winning spot for BLG. They may have traded their jungler, but they get 2 turrets on this. And AL, they look lost without their ability to really find
They
more.
still let Baron for another wave. This might be the last one, but they're going to want to try to make it count. Shadow dashes forward here on to just the Nico clone. Knight trying to escort this wave in. And there's 4 members of a BLG pushing here on the bottom side. Looking for a little bit of poke. Shanks is down a little bit of health as well. Hope not able to find the poke as this is going to be that tier 2 tower falling. And now Bin can turn his sights towards the inhib tower. But overall,
a couple more items. Let's see if we can get one more onto Shanks. Maybe see if we can squeeze a little bit of golden experience for a player like Tarzan.
Right, instead, he's going to head back to base, pick up any last items, an elixir or something, and make himself as strong as possible for this fighter on the Baron. But it looks like instead On's going to pull the trigger first. Kyle gets caught out. Shadow gets himself the kill, and now it's a 5v4 around the Baron pit. Shanks now gonna get targeted here. He's in, it's a 3v1. Tarzan's not in a position to try to stop this, and here comes a teleport, but it's from Bin on the Gwen. He might have gone a little bit too far forward though, but here comes the snip. Shanks in a whole lot of danger. He flashes away, but lands a taunt onto Hope. Able to get a crit, but not a kill. Shanks is down as Elk will pick it up, and now it's a 5v3 across the map. Tarzan in a terrible spot as Bin will go golden. Knight not even to land the seismic shove. Curtain call's been opened up. Not an ability to cancel this one yet, but BLG know they can retreat right back to the Baron Nashor and claim it for themselves.
Even on here, Baron being started for BLG, and look at where Hope is. He is all the way back in base.
They knew they could go because he's on that base timer right now. Tarzan's going to have to try to find some seal. Can he get into the pit in time? No! The Summoner Book Smite from On will secure the Baron Nashor, but will BLG be able to escape? The Deadly Flourish lands on as soon as he pops that quickness. Not going to be able to find that engage onto anybody, and so BLG will instead look to retreat. And anyone's Legends, they might not want to be able to let that happen. Hope gonna flash away from the Cyclone, and Kyle going to try to stun up Shadow, but he gets one shot before anything else can be said about it. And Hope will drop to Elk as he just dives onto the back line of anyone's Legend. And Billy Gaming aren't done with this series just yet. They won't end up in the same fate as their matchup in MSI. They will take a game off the defending LPL champs, and they'll force it aside in the regular season.
Holy crap, Elk, he stepped forward and he wanted all of those kills. Shadow went hunting for Hope, and that's going to open up this series. It's going to make us a 1-1, tie everything up, and send us all the way to 3.
5 straight games, BLG had fallen to anyone's Legend. That will not happen for a 6th.
They have the ability to really push their laners. This is a situation where Bin should be able to get priority versus Flandra, especially in the bottom lane. Elk and On can...
Legends does have the power in this draft. When you get Rise, you get Senna fully stacked up, you got a tier working here. But BLG don't want to make that happen, as now it is Dominus pop by Bin, gonna follow the flash up to make sure that Call to Meek lands. And Shadow comes in to pick up his 2nd straight first blood.
Another...
Oh man, well, look at where we're at right now. BLG have that gold lead in game 3 with the new jungler. They're looking to try to have that miracle run continue as they go in onto the Drake. Shadow not able to get in there in time as it's Tarzan to secure the smite, but he should be able to get taken down by that Arcane Storm. Knight's the one to claim the kill, but here comes the rest of anyone's Legends. Kyle in with that dredge line, forcing the flash away from On. Will there be enough chase? Will there be enough follow-up? Hope flashes over the wall to try to take down the Leona, but the Leona might just be too tanky. Somehow keeping himself alive, allowing for that permafrost stacks to land on the Hope, but it won't be enough for Shadow to try to finish the deal, a 1-for-1 overall.
May our observers go to the top side. Thank you. Test for wave priority and push. Seeing some top side fights. Remember, there's a Senna with her ultimate here. BLG Need to pick their fights carefully.
Oh, nice buffer canceling that Zenith Blade here from Kyle. The culling comes out, but the Nautilus is eating the whole load of it. Not any much damage left onto it, but it will be a trade 1-for-1 as Tarzan EQs straight to his doom. Shanks, though, doing a ton of damage to try to bounce back a little bit, but it will not be enough, as down in the bottom side of things, it has been forcing a Flandre back by popping the Dominus.
Pops the Dominus and also kills the Maiden
Step
here.
up.
Maybe with these 3 grubs even get himself a turret plate. But a great trade nonetheless here for BLG as they look for something on a Hope. There's no cleanse.
Yeah, he's a very squishy
Jesus.
Senna, not even gonna have the chance to use that cleanse before he just gets one shot by L.
Multiple members, and they're gonna look to contest for the Herald.
No, Solar Flare though lands onto Hope. He has both of his summoner spells. Going to be matched here by Kyle. An absolutely clutch depth charge will keep Hope alive. It comes at the cost of the Dragon, but a much needed response for AL.
And now they're gonna move over to this Herald. I don't know if this is their play. I don't know if they have the timer for this. It is a numbers advantage here for anyone's Legend. There are no TPs from either Bin or Flandre. And instead, Knight, he's going to TP for this. Instead of trying to contest, they're going to make this dive happen, at least maybe get a turret for themselves and get feats of strength.
Will Flandre try to stay around? He has the Maiden at his disposal. You have to use it quick. And now a teleport comes in from Shanks as well. Going to be a 2v3 unless Shanks doesn't get there in time. Flandre flashes away from the Glacial Prison, but still will get taken down. Shanks going to be able to make at least one go down alongside him, but it'll be a 2-for-1 overall. And the tower will still surely go BLG's way at the cost of the Herald.
Really nice dive. Not only getting the flash from Flandre, but the TP as well from Shanks. And you get all of this gold, all of these assists onto your Victor. Very good play coming in from BLG, who we may have had some questions, we may have had some concerns, but so far in their first game back from MSI, it seems like they are getting back into the swing of things, whether that's some coaching staff changes, whether that is some player changes in our topside jungle. So another turret here for Knight. This Victor is going to be incredibly far ahead of the curve. Already 20 CS over Shanks, and maybe another fight coming on through.
Yeah, nicely done again by Kyle to try to cancel some of that initial engage, but the Solar Flare still will connect. The Arcane Storm doing so much damage, but finally here comes Tarzan. The Cataclysm is going to be his own demise, but the health bars are still low, and Hope is full HP on the back line alongside Shanks, but still, Shanks flashes forward, nearly takes down Elk. On will be the first target. Shadow and Knight now on the run, and Shanks and Hope save the fight for AL.
The huge carries of AL are able to make it happen. Realm Warp to try to finish this off. This is greedy, Shanks. Just go for the wave, brother. You're already behind this fight. There's a very large potential for BLG to go for Otacon afterwards. Let's just get Flandre his turret. Let's try to get him back into this game. I like that AL are willing to be a little bit more patient and trade the objective for a bit more time on the map. With both of these outer turrets already taken for BLG, they can't step too much farther up unless they want more people there. Say that.
On sent forward with the flag and drag. Elk gets hit up by the depth charge as well. A full fight has begun in the bottom side of River. And Kyla now has to flash away. Zenith Blade not going to land, but Bin coming in with a teleport with the Dominance already popped going on to Flandre. But he's able to keep himself alive. Still 5 members strong for both teams, but no objective to fight over other than the Otacon. That BLG could have the opportunity.
Not only because of the Rise, but these teleports being so important. And because it is a Hextech Rift, getting around the map is really deceptive.
Shadow's just standing there right now. He finds the Glacial Prison on the Hope. He immediately cleanses away, but Kyle now in some trouble as well. He's down to less than 100 HP, but Tarzan with a 3-man Cataclysm might have tried to save this fight. Shanks is very far out of position. He has a Seraph Shield, but it will not be enough. He's forced to go golden, but there's 4 members of BLG there to take him down. He gets one with him, but it'll be a one-way trip here as BLG still control the Rift.
And what this means now for BLG is that the solo
in anyone's Legend. Shanks is on the way, as you mentioned, having that ultimate at his disposal with the Baron. Otacon is at 5,000 HP. Dawning Shadow comes over to the top. The health bars on BLG are starting to melt a little bit. AL regaining control of the pit. Shadow's going to have to get in there and try to claim this for his team if they want to have any chance. There's the Glacial Prison. In they go. Who's going to get it? It's secured by On. And now the Arcane Storm will start to rip apart the defending champions of the LPL. BLG find themselves the team fight. They get the Otacon. It's a double kill in for Bin, and Hope's the last remaining survivor as Elk will shut him down.
There it is. AL unable to get in control of the Otacon, and BLG, maybe it's a honeymoon, who knows, man, but they are playing so much better than what we saw from them at the beginning of this series. Bin's gonna go in mid lane, take down the mid tier 2. The rest of BLG are gonna go and finish off this turret. And hey, guess what? They can recall 30 seconds before the dragon spawns, and then some qualms about how they played game 2. This third game is feeling more and more like BLG. There's honestly, top lane has been a vortex of pressure as Bin has really taken Flandre to task once he's gone off of the boring Scion champs.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the big thing. Been the difference maker so far in this series. And now they're looking for Shanks. A beautiful Hex Gate over is going to cause chaos in the Baron pit right now. Shanks already down. Tarzan going to try to take down Knight, and he does, but he doesn't have a lot of health bars left. Hope is only alongside him for now, and Tarzan will try to get in onto Elk, try to finish off some sort of kill, but it'll be all for naught. Only Tarzan remains alive, and BLG are going to look to shut the door on this series. Shadow dashing forward, the new jungler, helping Elk secure the ace and help BLG get their way over to the Baron.
Bin is continuing to play side lane Renekton. He does not want to be part of most of these fights. Opens up the inhibitor for his team. The Baron's going to go over to BLG. And AL, for as dominant as they've been, mechanically sometimes they do flounder. I think a big problem with them sometimes is their early games aren't as clean. From Bin while this is happening, and it cuts off Flandre from reaching. Just the rest of the team isn't there. AL look completely scattered. Maybe it's due to the fact that they haven't had a break in a while, but I mean, you're a top level team.
Going down on a Bin again, he just is going to not fall. Tarzan sends that Cataclysm straight to his doom once more, as in goes Bin, onto the back line. Giga Bin is back, and he is hungry for more damage, for more carnage in the LPL. He'll finally go down before picking up a double kill, but hope will fall, and all hope for your defending champions is out the window. BLG lost in the finals, BLG lost in MSI, but they've had enough. They've taken down anyone's legends, and they will kick off the regular season with a bang.
I think an important win for them. We talked being really slippery in these fights. And again, mid-game has been a little bit of their issue with how they set up objectives and how they're actually able to approach. Monkey half a level down on his opponent. Pace now has the killer instinct. And the Scout, you can still cut this across. Let's watch Karis now.
He's got that Rakan ultimate, Ezreal ultimate coming through. It's going to not do much to Cube. Flash burn as Vampire went in, and now they're going to turn on him. He's going to flash away, backside the fight. Pace is forced off a little bit, but Cube and Monkey in a 2v2 over on the side. We saw the Rakan ultimate, but they go all in on Monkey. Oh, and it's a split fight, and Team WE is unable to win it. Come together and coalesce in those fights. That is a fight that, as you said, should be overtly winning for Team WE. And they're just not able to get the job done. Now Monkey has to solo ult Shun here. They're going to try to turn it all around on him, but a good ultimate knocks them all away. And a great Reaver's Wall means that the bot lane of Team WE are completely cut off.
Well, Pace gets another kill. Now it's going to be Grubs.
Karis will be unused. We see double teleports coming in. Dragging down to about 3,000 HP. Team WE, I think they do want to fight this. They haven't met a fight that they haven't liked, Alk, and they're going to go all the way in, and they're going to blow up Karis. He's going to try to get out of there, but he gets knocked up on the backside, and he can't do a damn thing. The Dragon is secured by JDG. Pace forced to flash out as he's burning away. Big knockups from Xiaoshu. More knockups from Scout as Vampire is low, and he finally falls. But Taeyoon is healthy. He's caught in a corner. He's knocked up. He's got to flash out.
Oh my God.
Blinking health bars on both sides, but it's JDG who can close out the kills.
I feel so bad for WE because you look...
Maybe you could steal Ornn's ultimate too. We'll see what the move is as JDG go and clear this mid wave, and they walk all the way up here. 3,000 HP on the Herald. Weaver's Wall coming out to try to get onto Cube. They're going to go all in for him. Herald will be secured by the side of Team WE, and they blow up the Rumble.
Teleport came out from Wink to try to put him in a flank position. Karis is on vision, does not know. He gets out with a Rocket Belt proc. It is going to be Cube's life for the Herald. WE finally gets something on this map, and look what they're doing. Pace is sitting in mid lane.
Oh my goodness, man. They had to know that this was an potential for JDG to cut them off with a pass. Karis, once again, making a mistake. 6 kills. Sure, you lost the Herald, but with a lead like this, it's A-okay, right? Team WE, you're going to need to do a lot to make this Herald worthwhile.
For so many years, has 2 splits in a row where he doesn't perform, and he had a heartfelt message saying, I'm obviously hoping to be back next year. See if they can do anything versus this Horn.
Well, it's going to be hard to kill, but they're working hard to do it. He misses the call, the Forge God. He will burn away, and the Rift Card will be used on the top side, so Team WE trying to get some gold back in their pockets.
All right, this is gold not only for Cube and for them. They get the turret, which is an objective bounty. Maybe they can take some of these topside camps and get Monkey into a good spot. How much more can they grab from this? Because I'm looking at the map. Scout's getting a bottom lane turret for himself. And if this play goes on for too long, it could be a dragon on top of it.
Vampire was forced to heal, but he's going to get flashed after by Shun. Shun and Pays looking to make plays here. Knock up to disrupt Wink. So Monkey slips out the back.
Wink's looking for it. Has heal, has flash. They're going to use the ultimate. Monkey doesn't get out.
Oh, he got taunted up. He'll slide out once again, but he will not be able to survive this time as Pays will flash after him to take him down, and it should be soul point for JDG.
2 kills, the turret on bottom side, and the dragon, like you were mentioning. Soul point here at 19 minutes is one hell of a way to open up after a pretty disappointing loss. It sucks because
W can get it back. We can see a second contender come out of the LPL. But this is a matchup of a lack of consistency between JDG and Team WE, and maybe this could be the start of a semblance of something as Otacon burnt low, going down the headbutt out, but it is still secured by JDG. Call the Forge God coming through, only hitting a couple. Now it's the real Call the Forge God. This time it's going to go on to Cube. He's forced to flash away as Wink in hot pursuit will have to pull off.
That was very dicey. I saw an Ezreal Cube come right now. Scout and Pays are getting closer to those third items, and for WE, the gold is just really stretched right now. Cube's gonna die, and they'll even grab themselves another turret here with demolished procs from Xiaoshu. I just think that some of the matchups that we had drafted for ourselves obviously did not go the way that we thought they would. In early game level 1, put Karis at a disadvantage, and it just has not looked good since.
Yeah, bad from the start. Bad in the mid-game, bad now. 35 seconds until Ocean Soul for JDG. Scout's going to come through with the Weaver's Wall, but it only cuts off his buddy Wink. Wink's got to flash over the wall to get over to the boys and keep Shun alive. Knock him down onto the Wukong as they're going to turn all the way onto Vampire. And going way deep is Pays! He's got to flash out, but he did enough damage to get these guys low. And now they're going to look for Taeyun. Taeyun's going to be able to shift over the wall. And JDG will not be able to chase him, but they win another fight.
They go through mid-wave. They can grab themselves the soul after they push this. Jingdong Gaming, though, incredibly dominant here in game number 1. An aggressive look for sure, but they have enough gold in their back pockets. I'm sure they're feeling very confident about their spot here in game number 1 of this series. And that'll be Ocean Soul, and that should be lights out for Team WE.
Yeah, there's just no way that Team WE's comp has the damage to play into that, even if they get their perfect fight. It's just not enough burst, really, unless you find it all into Pays. But even then, it will be a struggle. Vampire teleports up top and has teleported right into JDG.
Well, hey, the teleports up top might be ball up top, too. Goodbye, Vampire. He's gone. Baron's going to start in 8 seconds, and they've got Kaisa with a... These wins come from playoffs of Split 2, where they were able to find victories against top Esports and JDG.
Yeah, the fact that their playoff record overall was 2-2 against these teams, 6 wins, 9 losses in individual games, doesn't sound great on paper.
For this team going into game 2, I don't know, but for JDG, this is a hard game to rate because of how well it's gone for them and some of the mistakes from their opponents.
Yeah, I mean, good on them for taking advantage of these mistakes, but it's not like they created too many opportunities for themselves. The opportunities came, they took advantage. Sick, really good stuff, but we need to still see more from JDG. What we will see is them closing out the game here as they've taken out the top inhibitor turret. They'll move it over into mid, they'll take out that inhibitor, as well as that top inhibitor that also went down. It looks like they'll go for the clinical finish here.
To stand on.
Nah, bro. Masterwork, Phantom Dancer, FF. Just it's over. What is going to be over is this final fight. Karis is going to flash over the Weaver's wall. The final inhibitor will fall as the minions pour into the base. Vampire taken below half HP. He's going to go in, try to knock Wink into the rest of his team, but that means they're all taunted and charmed. Oh, this is a disaster. They're going to move on to Cube. Big double knockup coming through. Cube has got to go golden under his turrets. Stolen Call, the Forge God, does a lot of work. And the health bars might be a little low for JDG, but it is too little, too late. Pays in the face of everybody on Team WE, forcing them into the fountain. The final Nexus turret will fall, and JDG, a dominating game.
Even this Skarner, who's going to be frontlining for this team. Monkey on this Skarner, I think really uniquely tries to find early game pathing, and versus a couple of options here. Remember that Deadly Flourish from Jin allows for Shun to play a little bit further up in the river. Scout now getting engaged upon.
Scout. Yeah, that's tough. Karis hitting a level 6. Shun here just a little late. They're going to try to turn it around. Karis is going to be able to take first blood, and Shun could not keep track of him. Great job by Team WE. Now we're going to see a top side fight here. Supports on the 80 carries, as Taeyun would deal quite a bit of damage back.
Ooh. People admit here from WE, they could collapse for this. Xiaoshu is now coming up into the topside river. Jin is back in base. This is a numbers advantage for WE.
All right, they're going to go look for Monkey here, and they dump everything they got on him, but he flashes out. Xiaoshu will flash after him and take him down, though. Now Vampire going to be the next target. Taeyun starting to walk through, but he doesn't have his ultimate. They're going to get a flash root onto Wink, but Karis is caught, and he is stunned, but they don't have follow-up damage. As Xiaoshu trying to Drake Hound step to get away, but big damage coming through from the carries of Team WE.
Karis, if you had a little bit more mana, Shun is going to cover him on this next top lane wave.
All right, Pay's getting rooted up, but there's no follow-up to be had. We see Monkey trying to get there. Hooked on a land, and they're going to get the Impale. It's all on to Wink. Wink getting knocked up as well. It looks like he's going to keep the flash in his back pocket, throw everything he can onto Taeyun. But it will not be enough as the feats of strength for WE, they get 3 kills.
All right, that's fine, though. I mean, yes, that was 3 ultimates, but you get to shove another mid-wave.
If he gets caught out. We'll see if that changes soon, as Scout looking to get this wave all the way in, looking to make a play. Onto Karis here. Vampire spots it out. They're going to land the hook onto Wink. Pays heading up as well. The root's there. Monkey coming through over the wall, slamming Wink against it. Doesn't have a whole lot of damage right now. Knock up over on the side. They're looking for Vampire, but Taeyun and Karis are safe, and it's turned on to Scout. Scout's forced out, but the double teleports are coming in. Cube is ready. Public execution down on the Vampire. Xiaoshu gets the kill. Karis forced to flash out of the Cataclysm, but he gets Lance too. And here comes the curtain call as Taeyun is caught in the corner. He's trying to dance around, but the last shot in his back takes him down. And now Cube, it doesn't matter how tanky you are if you can't escape the fight. He's got a flash and he'll ult away. And JDG, by genius plan, split up Team WE. They can't fight when they're split up. They just don't have that capability. Cause confusion, I guess, is take as many plates as they can before they fall off in 30 seconds.
Smart play. Trying to isolate Maze now. Good flash.
All right, Monkey going to be in a bit of trouble, rooted up, but they don't have a whole lot of damage. Big triple knockup coming through. The roots are there. The damage is too. As Taeyun is able to free hit another knockup, and Pace has to cleanse, but the missed position cooks him and the rest of JDG.
What is JDG doing? Just give up this turret. Let yourself play through mid lane there. WE, they're saying, okay, thank you. We'll take 4 kills from you. We'll also get the flash and the cleanse out from Paze, and still grab ourselves the first turret in bottom lane. So, sorry, JDG actually ended up getting the first turret there. Still, I don't think it matters. Karis should be out of here, uses the between world
control for the lineup of JDG. Looks like they'll just march it down mid for right now. They'll drop the Rift Herald there as the Dragon has been started up. Remember, because Taeyun is on hit, we'll be able to rip through it pretty quickly. It goes down, and JDG will only exchange mid-turret damage for it.
Trying to see if they can get anything more. It's how close is this Otacon? Has to be at least half HP.
Well, they're going to go all in onto Cube right now and just ignore the Otacon. Otacon will be secured for Team WE, and now the knockups are coming through.
Dead.
They're going to target out Xiaoshu, and they got him! Karis over on the side, looking to deal with Wink. He's going to get stunned up, but he'll get the kill anyway. Flash, hook, caught him! Shun forced to flash away, but the rest of Team WE are in hot pursuit, and he's 1 hook away as he goes down. Timbers on the other side, It does get a stun out, but it doesn't do any damage. Rolling over JDG or Team WE.
Too slow to pull the trigger, and because of that, WE, they grab themselves the Otacon. They'll also be able to hit on this mid lane turret. Probably going to be able to grab the entirety of this structure.
This time around, I do have worries that this Ambessa, if this game goes that late, will be able to just chew through Team WE. That eventually FaZe will have damage.
Yeah, but I'm looking at this from Team WE. I mean, you're going to be having 2 items. It's going to be completely dark as long as WE do not skip steps.
Summoner spell check here. Karis, Taeyun, all with flashes.
Jesus.
Monkey has a flash too. And Monkey ready to be the big driver here as he slams Xiaoshu into the wall. Big knockup from Cube. And the top laner and the jungler of JDG have perished. Wink will fall as well. Triple kill for Taeyun. And Monkey wants Scout. 4-0. Team WE. Domination.
They can play on 2 lanes, and WE, this is going to be us heading to
Yes!
And I'm sure JDG did not, but WE, they're going to send us all the way to 3.
We think it's still throwable. I don't think so.
No,
I really don't think
don't say.
what Monkey will be able to play that will be able to enable him to this sort of level. Is Wink potentially caught out here? It looks like he will be trying desperately to get out, but he just can't. Now Pei's going to be marked with the knockup as Taeyun hits him with a fadeaway chain of corruption to finish off the Leona.
That's a Baron. Shun no longer has flash. He's going to try and jungle privilege his way back to having HP. Baron's going to get started here by WE with a Varus and with a Skarner. You have to imagine this is their objective. I love that we're watching Cube and Vampire try to mark the enemy jungler.
The big boys are playing bouncers. Karis over on the side, looking at 1v1 Pays, isn't able to really finish that one off, but never really in any danger as the Baron has been secured. And Cube will run right into Shun. Shun trying to break some ankles here.
What the hell
The
is
only
he
thing
doing?
that's broken is his body. Scout going to be called out next. Karis is here for the rest of the damage over the top. And that should do it.
I don't know who's more depressed, me or 1010 after watching this. This is some of the worst JDG that we've been getting. Just a misunderstanding of where they want to apply their pressure. And honestly, a draft that, while I was praising it for some of its ways of being a little bit more flexible, we did not at all see JDG execute in any point in this game.
Execution was poor, the damage ain't there, and you gave Monkey Skarner, and he, along with the rest of Team WE, run over JDG, and they will force Game 3.
9 games. 9 games somehow. From the builds that we've been seeing from Victor so far in the LPL, it has been mostly playing around this Rod of Ages, maybe a little bit more of like the tanky ones.
We love AD carries here.
What's that in Scout's inventory?
Oh, that's a Catalyst of the Aeons, my friend. And
There's
it looks like he's
Catalyst.
also making a play
here
on the
comes those
Karis here.
map
They
plays.
force the flash out, and they get him. First blood goes over to Shun.
What did we talk about minute and a half into this game? Making
Vampire teleporting. Making sure that that dragon goes over to Team WE. Not really a threat for JDG to do anything. They had already chosen. What if IG never really got it together, right? Does WE finish third? I don't know. They're going to try to make this play onto Cube. They wanted to do it on the top side. It looks like they might have to settle for the bottom side. They are putting a lot of their focus onto the turret. Meanwhile, over on the top side, Xiaoshu is going to get dove. The tanking is coming through. The minion wave is pretty much gone. Shun and Scout taking a lot of damage as well. So Cube stays alive. And on the top
They
side,
need this to
they're
go
not gonna
now,
die.
though. I mean, Scout doesn't have teleport. They're not going to be able to answer. Senna's getting mid waves. You're going to give this Victor a ton of gold. What are we doing, JDG?
Cube just an escape artist. He just needs to find a way out. He does have the all-out available, trying to get away, force these guys off. Now
Cube?
he wants Wink. Wait a minute, Cube. Good flash from Wink, and Cube will finally fall, but he wastes so much of JDG's time.
Oh my god, first turret does go over. It's Xiaoshu getting this TP, but remember, he just died. He gets knocked away from this wave. Karis and Monkey. All right, so Xiaoshu's going to continue to hit away at this turret. Again, 3 grubs does make it a lot easier for him. Probably just going to proxy this. You can see that JDG are moving multiple members up here. Rel's on the way. JDG Pays is on the way.
I like it. Cube doesn't really have a way out. Good buffer, but he's going to push Wink closer to the turret. Shun with the spear from long distance through the back. And with a man down, that could be Herald.
Herald in trade for the Dragon. WE will have 2 dragons. Victor gets all of this bottom lane wave. I'm worried here, Yanni, because the team that is scaling right now in WE get a lot of gold onto Victor and Senna. They get the first 2 dragons of the game. And JDG, for the most part, get the win more objectives. You only get to use 3 grubs when you are allowed.
Unless the game gets out of control. Now with this Rift Herald, JDG has to make a big play off of it. If they don't, this is a definite loss for them. Here we go. After that charge goes in, Shun all the way deep, but he falls and Karis is going to get credit for the kill. That is not what you want.
And JDG, they want to overforce yet again. Oh my god, Scout, Jesus.
The sombrero means that they won't be able to get more than the turret, although Pays wants a little bit.
We're not trolling the early game. And so far, they've done a great job. They've fought when they've needed to. They've created pockets of pressure for their team. And now, another extended play onto the side lane here. Cube's most likely going down.
Okay, Stone's there. Wink just hovering off to the side. The all-out goes on to Shun, which means Cube is stuck here, and he's going to need to try to fight it out. Pays is going to move up, and they will be able to take him down. Deaths on a side lane like that, though, have been what JDG have been able to pick up this game.
And it's really tough here for WE.
Team WE trying to get out, but Xiaoshu is looking to cut them off. Pays is bringing up the rear as well, so they're ready to go. Pantheon ult getting channeled, and they're going to go fly in. Let's see. Oh, Shun!
Oh, no.
He didn't get knocked away. Monkey mistimed it. Teleport coming in for the Cassante, but it's a little late. Monkey frontlining. Taeyoon untouched, and he's trying to desperately kite back with the rest of his team. Karis is alive but limping. They're trying to keep Cube upright as he's looking to just cause a problem and get back to his team. He flashes away. The rocket's coming through. Pays flashing forward, but he can't finish off Karis.
Dude, they don't have enough HP right now to go for this Otacon. Are they going to force it either way? Ping's coming out. Karis can recall and teleport. There are 2 minions. Look at those wards that are in the blue side jungle. Scout! He just killed Karis!
Oh
Karis
my god!
He was safe in the brush. Okay, Scout should be able to grab this turret. If not, there's another minion wave coming. Dragon will be going over to WE as they set themselves up on Soul Point here. A lot of these spells now gone from JDG. But holy hell, what an insane setup there up against WE.
And just a huge play by Scout, because that pick means that the Otacon is 100% guaranteed. There's no teleport that would scare off the low health bars of JDG. But JDG, they will have to play this on a knife's edge, because once this dragon goes to WE, if they sweep for Soul, especially Mountain Soul, that could be all she wrote.
Monkey just barely not landing that keeper's verdict. Such firing away, and Xiaoshu gets into that backline, but there was no ultimate from Scout. Take a look at the picture-in-picture right now. Wink is dead. That slows down everything. And we get to take a look at what exactly happened to win this game. Only 4,000 gold up. Remember, WE 2.5 minutes before that Soul spawns. TP behind from Scout. Shun could use this ultimate.
Like this.
Diving in.
All right, let's see what Scout can do, but he gets bonked out of the fight. And now they're going to go all in on Wink. He gets knocked up. Do they have the damage? They definitely have the lockdown, and they finish him off. Karis gets his 4th kill of the game. All of the hopes of WE are riding on him.
And guess what? There's a dragon spawning in 2. There's a Baron in a minute, and there will be...
If they just do it one more time, they will put themselves in a very, very good spot, one that is difficult to throw away. You can see Team WE in the river. They're looking to fade out, maybe for Xiaoshu, but Vampire is taking so much damage. He's down to half HP with 15 seconds left. Won't have that teleport available. Here comes the Dominus on the backside. Xiaoshu once in. Big shockwave! JDG! They found him! But can they get Karis? Karis trying to get away, and Xiaoshu will fall, and Karis will survive, and Scout has to deal with Cube off to the side. He'll be able to sidestep the knockup, and they're trying to turn it around. Pace has plenty of damage, but Team WE, the 4th dragon, still eludes their grasp.
Monkey is not going to recall yet. He wants to stay. Cube can recall and teleport. There are minions to go for if they want it. They're not going to even contest it. They're going to lose out on the soul
Again.
this time around. We said it in the Weibo series. That was the make or break point. Weibo got a single Drake back, and they came back into the game. RWE going to move towards this Baron. I don't think they have quite enough damage. It's just going to be Vampire teleporting back in so they can take control of this objective, get the vision down, and maybe force JDG's hand into an uncomfortable fight here.
All right, Wink and Scout, they just want to go in and deal some damage. They're going to go all in on Monkey here. He's down to about half HP. Karsh joins them, trying to get those lasers out, keep them away. But JDG force out the Team WE jungler.
Goes back to mid-wave. Controls come in from the Raptor pit. And how much more can JDG get? It is half HP now, 8,000.
Oh
no.
Shockwave. All right, Monkey's low. He's going to go right to Xiaoshu. Xiaoshu takes him out. And now they're going to turn on the Vampire with 3 members of JDG. Cube trying to break things up in the pit, but the Baron is secured by JDG. Cube goes all out, but he can't get it done on the backside. Karis, Taeyun, full HP. Vampire with nothing. And Team WE can only watch as JDG, draped in purple, will saunter away.
2 minutes and 40
kind of let these structures go, and you live to play for your scaling, and you just lean into it more.
I mean, Senna still has to be able to stack 90 stacks at 30 minutes. It's not fantastic, but it'll have to do in this moment. You need to make a play on one side.
They're just going to go in. They're going to go in. Cube is on 2 members, dealing a ton of damage.
Good.
And they find the support, and they're going to find Scout too. The Shockwave was not enough, but Monkey a little far up. Hayes unable to close out kills, and Team WE stand their ground.
All right, but look at mid lane right now. Xiaoshu took a mid lane turret. He's going to get a second inhibitor here.
Entertained. 31.5 minutes. Shun on a flank. Going to get spotted out. Team WE. They're going to look and set their sights on him. Can they catch him? They're going to tag him. He's going to flash away. He will survive. Poppy ultimate going to stay in the back pocket, so it's going to have that shorter cooldown. The Dragon Pit.
Look at the flank right now. Wink right now is controlling this. WE have given up the entire position around this dragon, and Xiaoshu is waiting in the wings. Started attacking the blue buff just to get some rage.
Shockwave only lands on a Monkey here. The Victor Laser's not doing a whole lot, though. It just feels like they're getting low.
Oh, no.
The ultimate knocks out, too. It's disaster. Scout's in trouble. He's got to run. Pays is low. He gets flashed on. He's able to get out. But here we go. They're in. It's a 5v2. He went deep. All out is there. Taeyun is alive. Taeyun is alive. He's exhausted. He's autoing. He's sliced. He's diced. He's dead. And Xiaoshu, triple kill for the Renekton. The new top laner for JDG comes up huge.
And he comes all the way from Group Nirvana. RNG say thank you as JDG's newest top laner gets a triple kill and absolutely eradicates WE. There will be no chance for them to grab this Mountain Soul. There will be 40 seconds before Karis is alive. And with 3 grubs, JDG might just end this game.
The sleeping giant who was split pushing often. He was 1-3 and 3 before that fight. And he goes and he makes his mark. He couldn't do it on Ambessa, but he does it on Renekton. Down goes Monkey. Down goes the last Nexus turret. And down goes Team WE. JDG get their first of the split.
And revenge for...